All right, go for it.
Sorry about that. I was taking a gulp of coffee when you said, go. Anyway, folks, good morning. It's me, the Guerrilla Economist, coming to you live. We have a very busy day today. A lot of great things are going on. So today's morning broadcast, we're just going to kind of blow through the news. We're not going to, really dissect and take apart some articles here. We're going to kind of run through it. We got Jim Willie coming on at 10 o'clock, so keep it locked here. Keep it tuned. Dr. Jim Willie will be on from thegoldenjackass.com. So keep it locked and loaded. And also check us out, roguemoney.net, Rogue Money on Facebook, DTube, Steemit, every single podcasting app known to humanity. Check out our sponsors, thecryptoschool.io, thecryptoschool.io. Learn how to trade, learn how to work your cryptos, learn it all, soup to nuts, thecryptoschool.io. Also, check it out. Most importantly, the CBD, mycbdedibles.com, mycbdedibles.com. Get your deliciousness, CBD infused coffee and all sorts of dessert yumminess, all the sweetnesses that you can have. Whether it's the chocolate pecan truffles, which is CJ's favorite, or the chocolate peanut butter, the white chocolate pecan truffles, or the chocolate peanut butter Buckeyes, which are my perennial. Check them out and get your products. mycbdedibles.com. Also, guys, here's the deal. Also, check it out. You got collections issues. You need some asset protection. Whatever you need, go to remaincalm.net. Remaincalm.net. Don't freak out. Remain calm. With that being said, Siege, what's crack-a-lackin', brother?
Hey, good morning, V. Good morning. Lots going on. We'll try to break it down quickly just so that our listeners, so we obviously want to get ready for Jim Willie, but the first thing I'd like to jump into is, yesterday we did have some House members that came forward and are really putting some political pressure on Maxine Waters, asking her to get resign. And then yesterday, a petition dropped on whitehouse.gov actually asking for the expulsion of Maxine Waters, to remove her from Congress. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't care which side of the political aisle you sit on, V, but to be out there advocating for violent acts against other individuals, against political opponents, by definition, that is labeled as terrorism. So I am not sure what Jeff Sessions is doing as far as allowing her to openly suggest that without him getting very aggressive and showing that he does have some balls, which I'm questioning at this point, V.
I'm sorry, CJ. I had some.
No, that's okay. So if you can go to, again, petitions.whitehouse.gov, sign that petition. It already has close to 50,000 signatures. No, it needs 48,000 signatures. I'm sure it has several signatures. Let's see. That's 51,000. There it is. 51 over almost 52,000 signed already. So go there, sign that. I know some people are like, that's a petition. Well, it's a little bit more than that. It's just obviously people, voicing their frustration about Maxine and
a crazy cycle. It's James Brown in drag.
Oh my God! Yeah, she's just
psycho and the stupid idiot. I mean, this is a person who is has a room temperature IQ. Has no smarts whatsoever. I mean, just a moron, a thorough moron, not intelligent at all, is going to look at this attack upon her as some sort of an attack, and now she's going to play the martyr role, that she's being attacked and they're out to get her because she's speaking the truth, and the president is pressuring all these Congress people to come after her. Bunch of BS, man. BS.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And then also, before we continue with Jeff Sessions, I do want to also just congratulations to the state of Oklahoma. They will become the 30th state to allow medical cannabis. So that did pass legislation last night in Oklahoma. So congratulations, Oklahomians, if that's the right word. Go ahead.
Oklahomans. Yeah, congrats to Oklahomans. And also, guys, let's not forget, we have our own petition out. We axeourtax.com. We're going to have a professional accountant, a CPA, certified professional accountant, is going to be coming on the program, showing you exactly how to do it. Okay, and without getting in trouble, because nobody wants to get in trouble, but to do it correctly in the right way. So we had Misty on yesterday, describing some of the things, but the accountant couldn't be on at that time. So we decided, let's get the information out and do a quick video. So go there, sign the petition. weaxourtax.com, weaxourtax.com. So go ahead and check that out as well. With that being said, Siege, let's talk about Jeff didn't do nothing sessions. Do nothing sessions, man. The DOJ won't release the top secret Loretta Lynch intercepts, suggesting secret deal to rig Clinton probe. Okay. The Department of Justice, if there's ever a euphemism, there it is right there. The Department of Justice, what an oxymoron, is refusing to release intercepted material alleging that former Attorney General Loretta Lynch conspired with the Clinton campaign in a deal to rig the Clinton email investigations. Reports Paul Sperry of Real Clear Investigations. The information remains so secret that the Justice Department Inspector General Michael Horowitz had to censor it from his recently released 500-plus page report on the FBI's investigation of Clinton, and even withhold it from Congress. Not even members of Congress with top secret security clearance have been allowed to see the unverified documents. So let me get this straight, CJ. If you're a congressman, you have clearance to see top secret material. I mean, you can probably request to see the latest Navy SEAL operations. You could probably request to go see the latest whatever operation, right?
Right.
But
right.
you can't even get any sort of email or memorandum or whatever the hell it is, some sort of email from Loretta Lynch that could possibly, maybe even slightly hint at a Clinton probe rigging. Can't see that. So does this make any sense to people? So I can get information on top secret military operations, but I can't see a possible email that might phrase an idea of, hey, maybe we should rig the Clinton probe and make sure that she gets away scot-free. Who are they protecting here, CJ? Who are they protecting here? This doesn't make any sense. So who is the Justice Department trying to protect? It's remarkable how the Justice Department is protecting the corruption from the prior administration. It's remarkable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I thought this was about, but I guess we just, like what QAnon has always said, we should trust the plan, right? Trust Sessions.
You went there. I was gonna. Yeah, you went there. Go ahead. Well, if we're gonna go boom, 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 and we're gonna trust the plan, then someone obviously needs to fill in Sessions what the plan is. But you're absolutely right. How many times, how many mornings are we gonna wake up to hear that another branch of the government, whether it's the FBI, the Department of Justice, how many times are we gonna hear that they are denying information to Congress, to oversight committees? How many times are we going to wake up and hear that same message, time and time again? Now, here's what I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned about is this may be accurate, where too many times, and that's been one of my biggest concerns with Trump. I agree with a lot of the things he's doing, but unfortunately, what I don't agree with is having the swamp in DC turn him into a politician. And what I'm worried about is that they utilize this type of information for some type of political gain, and that's what happens. Significant amount of the time is that they have information like this. They have compromising information, and they use it for future political gain. And obviously, that's not what we signed up for. We signed up for prosecution. We signed up for jail time, and to continue to allow the DOJ, the FBI, to continue them to not share forth information. Now, some of people out there are trying to convince us that all this is happening in the background. And I have to ask a question: why is it happening in the background? There's no need for that.
No.
Bring it to full light. Share. Be transparent. And we just have to be careful. We have to be real careful. We don't want to run into that same risk that people did with Obama when they saw how many bad things Obama had going on. But yet he had that huge base. That huge base would never question what he was doing. And Obama's our savior in Christ. And oh gosh, we need to worship and everything. We need to be real careful that we continue the pressure on Trump and the administration to bring these people to justice. It's not going to happen without people. It's not going to happen in the background. It's not going to happen watching YouTube videos. It's not going to happen. It's going to take direct action to continue the pressure to say, hey, look, we want these people arrested. We want prosecutions. Let's do this. Let's do it now, V.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, she swore, okay, I'm talking about Loretta Lynch, back in July 2016, in a session in front of the House Judiciary Committee, that she said, quote, I have not spoken to anyone on either the Clinton campaign or the transition to any staff members affiliated with them. So she's never been put under actual ooth, man. She's never been put under oath.
Same thing with Hillary. Same thing with Hillary.
Right. Exactly the situation. Same thing with Hillary. Never put under oath. Comey goes around Lynch and goes ahead and clears Hillary. And on top of this, we have a 500-page, folks, count it, 500-page document that William Horowitz, the Inspector General, look how the Inspector General has been released. But the Inspector General, whose job is to inspect in general, doesn't release 500 pages. Why? And let me ask you this, Siege. Remember the Devin Nunes documents? And we're like, okay, this is it. Heads are going to roll. And what happens? Nothing. Then what happened after that is we had the revelations from the Inspector General. Yes, that Comey was a huge problem. He was out there. He was, just literally just breaking all sorts of rules, making up stuff as he goes along. Does Comey go to jail? Nope. What is the worst thing that has happened here at the FBI? What is the worst thing that happened? They got a little bit smirks. They got a little dirt on their suit. Oh my goodness! And Peter Strzok finally loses his job after being months on employment, months and months after employment. Peter Strzok loses his job, and Andrew McCabe loses his job. Big friggin' deal. Big friggin' deal. How does this, where are the heads that are rolling? And CJ, where the hell Sessions? And what? And I thought we're supposed to
V, I want you to know that I have been down on that border, V, and I want to report to you that there is no cannabis being grown along that border. It's Mexicans bringing it over every day. And V, I don't know why you criticize me. I've done so much great work for the people and law-abiding citizens of this country.
That's pretty good, man. Oh man. But wherever there's cannabis being grown, Jeff Sessions is there to destroy it. Jeff Sessions is there. If there's cannabis anywhere in the world, I'll go get it. I heard he's ready to go to Canada to shut down their legalization cannabis. The idiot Sessions. What does he do? No one knows what he does. Ridiculous, man. All right, so let's talk about the QAnon said that higher taxes and small businesses is,
Yeah, let's jump into this real quick because I know Dave covered this the other day, and to me, all those people that are so angry about the kids on the border and they're being taken away and everything, this should really alarm everyone, and it's not, and that's what really surprises me. And even Donald Trump doesn't understand it himself, that when the Supreme Court, made this decision on internet sales tax, he sent a tweet out saying, "Oh, this is great for consumers. This is great for everyone. It's going to make everything fair." Well, there's nothing fair, Mr. Trump, about taxation without representation, and that's exactly what it be. Is that not why that there was a revolution, that there was a war waged? And that's exactly what the Supreme Court did when they decided in the case of South Dakota versus Wayfair, where they ruled in the Commerce Clause that would allow state governments to force out-of-state businesses to collect sales tax. This decision overturns the court's precedent that a state could require only businesses with a physical presence in the state to comply with state tax laws. So in essence, now online retailers, similar to my business, right? So now my business is expected to know every single state's retail sales tax and to comply with that. I don't have the funds to go spending, $3,000 or $4,000 for some fancy sales tax monitoring program. I have no problem where I operate in my state. I have no problem reporting sales and doing that. But they just, without any representation, they just greenlighted the state's ability to charge sales tax. How's that going to be reported? How am I going to, do I need to go ahead and file an operating license in every single state that I sell to? Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Now, Congress can get involved and say, hey, wait a minute, we need to do something about this. But again, I just really question the Supreme Court's decision to do this. It makes it very complex. It makes it very hard for small businesses who do retail sales online to figure out what the reporting is going to be. Gives even more warrant to move towards cryptocurrency and only do crypto-based sales and just forget the reporting altogether. And I hate to say that, V, but again, when we're operating in a country that we have so much freedom, fake freedom, this is what happens. And this should be an alarm bell to everyone to say, what in the world is the Supreme Court doing? This is absolutely ridiculous. Now, V, did you have anything you want to say about that? Because go ahead.
No. Go ahead, bro. You're doing a great job.
No. I do want to. Again, I'm talking out both sides of my mouth here. So in that ruling, the Supreme Court was completely, out of line. Now we're going to have to count on our do nothing legislatures, and we know how they feel about taxes, right? We know that they want to deepen the coffers, especially with some of the states that are really struggling financially. Mm-hmm. But however, the Supreme Court did also have a great ruling, and that's in regards to freedom and liberty regarding privacy. So, when you think of Ross Ulbricht and how he was prosecuted, the Supreme Court did rule that in a case that involved several trafficking of your phone, utilizing your GPS to track your movements, and doing that without any type of warrant to track your digital footprint, the Supreme Court did say that is a violation, and that any type of records that are utilized from an individual's phone to monitor their movements or transaction, that you just cannot gain that data, from the telecom people without due diligence of a subpoena. So that's a huge win for us, and I hope that somewhere along the way that's going to play in favor to the Free Ross movement, because we know specifically how they violated every portion of his right to privacy, and really violated that. So we'll see where it goes, V.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. This has got to stop, man. It's total stupidity. Just stupid. It's just unenforceable. And again, the idea, taxation is theft. What gives them the right to our labor is the question. And that is the perennial question that is asked between, or that is that every free person asks. What is it the right that you, and what moral right do you as quote unquote government have to my labor? How? What, did you just help? This is why that idiot Obama says, you didn't start that business. Someone else did it for you. No, jackass. I started this business. I've worked hard. I've made ends meet. I pulled the thing together on a shoestring budget. That's how most small business owners are. And CJ and myself, we're small business owners. So what the hell do we do? Just like what CJ said, do we get a charter for every single state? Do we got to figure it out? How do you enforce this stupidity? How does anybody comply with this? It's beyond me. See, they have no problem creating bureaucratic rigmarole. They have no problem creating regressive red tape. They have no problem doing this because these are academians and lawyers. That's what these politicians are. They've never held a job in the real world. They never started businesses in the real world. These are vultures that are on the take. You got to understand how this game works, folks. The more government subsidies, the more taxes that are going to the state coffers and the government coffers, the more they get access to those funds in their various pet projects. You cannot tell me a low IQ dingbat like Maxine Waters, who has a $120,000, $130,000 congresswoman's salary. This crazy piece of crap is worth tens of millions of dollars. How does that happen? You think she got there because she's so smart? You think she knows she got there because she is, a part-time, she's an options trader, or she's trading derivatives on the IDA 9 market without any loss? You think that she's that smart? Or do you think it's probably some insider graft? Come on now. You see, everybody is on the take, and this is the problem here. Money goes where it's treated well. Okay, that's Gersham's law. Money goes where it's treated well. Okay? And I will tell you right now, this is going to push the adoption of various alternative means of transactions and transactive vehicles for the majority public. This is going to be a change. Could there be a potential here that we're going to see a swing by business owners to utilize cryptocurrency? It's quite possible. It's quite possible. But I also think on a grander scale, you're not going to have anybody comply with this. It's impossible. How the hell, if I'm going to sell a product to somebody in Boise, Idaho, what am I supposed to do? Figure out, do I charge him New York state tax or do I charge him Boise state tax? Or do I do both? You see, all of this is eventually you got to understand why this needs to be stopped, folks. I'm going to give you a revelation here. This needs to be stopped dead in its tracks. This needs to be repealed dead in its tracks because this is the first attempt for a VAT tax.
Bingo. That's what it'll lead to.
Yep. They want to make it a VAT tax, like in stupid Europe, where things are so regressive, where all of a sudden, where, if you are, you want to pay something, you got to pay the product, you got to pay sales tax, then you pay the VAT tax, which now you're paying whatever the MSRP is plus 20 or 30% on top of that. It's the stupidest thing in the world. You're in New York, we have this place called the Woodbury Commons. And outside of New York City, it is the second biggest tourist location outside of New York City. And I think it's the largest outlet mall in the entire world. We have everybody there. Fendi, Gucci, Salvatore Ferragamo, Burberry, Balenciaga. You name it. You got all the top designer fashion houses there. Breitling, Hoyer. You name it. Everybody's there. You have, every time I go into that area to check out Woodbury Commons, there is a massive, tens of millions of people there from all over the world. And they're buying things. There's a lot of Europeans. I'm only wondering, why are there so many damn Europeans here? It makes sense. They're buying stuff here and then shipping it back to Europe because it's cheaper to buy it here and ship it back than actually buy it from Europe. So these assholes, you got to understand, these people are not people like you and I, folks. They don't work hard. They get up every morning thinking about how they can screw you over. They get up every morning and think about how they can steal from you. That's what they do. They get up every morning and they dream about stealing from you. And what is this doing is creating a problem. This is, remember the Hegelian dialectic here, folks. Problem, reaction, solution. This is creating a problem. They know that this is going to be unenforceable. They know this is going to be problematic. They know this is going to cause all sorts of problems, headaches. So they've created the problem, but they have the solution already ready. You know what that solution is? The VAT. We're going to have a VAT tax. There, we're going to standardize VAT tax across the board. That's the step. That's why this needs to be stopped dead in its tracks. I like going online and not paying taxes for a product. Why? Because I pay taxes on everything else. Can you give me a break? I mean, I go pump my gas in my car. I get dinged with tax. I'm paying $3.25 a gallon for super over here in New York, where I live. $3.25 a gallon. And that's at the cheapest gas station here. You're dinging me on everything else. You're dinging me on sales tax. I got to go buy, whatever, but like clothing here or food or whatever. I'm getting dinged with tax all over the place. But that's not enough for you guys, because you guys don't know how to manage your money. You don't know how to manage our money. You know how to manage your money, excuse me, but you don't know how to manage our money. So it's never enough for you guys. It's never enough. So now you want to have a tax net from which nobody could escape. You know it's going to cause a problem. You know it's going to be bad. You know it's going to be a lot of backlash and a lot of frustrations. But don't worry, public. Don't worry. The VAT tax will solve it all. This is stupid.
This is exactly when I state numerous times that pay attention to what's happening on the surface. Pay attention to what's happening on the surface. How many times have I said that? This is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't care what's happening in the background. I don't care what's happening in those. I care about reality. I care about on the surface, transparency. And if we look at this action again, it's very concerning. But anyway, that's all I have to say.
Absolutely, man. And that's what I got to say as well. CG, we got Jim Willie coming on.
Yeah, don't go too far. Yeah, absolutely. Don't go too far. Dr. Jim Willie will be joining us live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're listening on a different platform, we will be streaming this live on YouTube only. We'll be doing it via Skype, so we got to change our configuration around a little bit. So YouTube only, folks.
Yep. And with that being said, we are over and out. Take it away, CJ.